Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk with Tom. My name is Tom and this guy is Lazlo. He's a spider monkey who goes to summer camp. Now, as you may have guessed, we're going to talk about Camp Lazlo today. Camp Lazlo was a show on Cartoon Network back in 2008 or something. It was when I was 10 years old. And I remember that because my friends back then, we would all call each other the characters, the main trio of this show. We would call each other by the names. You know, I was Clam because I'm the way I am. My best friend at the time, who I haven't seen since middle school, was Raj. And then Lazlo would go on to trade nudes with his best friend's girlfriend in high school and end that relationship. And I think that's just enough information to make my joke without publicly outing anyone, because I just called him Lazlo. The general public doesn't know who that is, and I got the shock value, so we all good, I hope. I get a DM on Facebook like, bruh, why'd you have to do me like that? Like, homie, everyone knew you shouldn't have. Camp Lazlo was about Camp Kidney. It was a summer camp with a bean theme, or at least the cabins were bean themed. Like, every cabin had the scouts in it, and they would choose a name for their cabin. And the main trio was the jelly beans. But you might be thinking, Tom, a jelly bean ain't a bean, it's a candy. Well, you know what? That we're talking about a show with anthropomorphic children. Well, let's not get hung up on bean biology. Now, I never went to summer camp as a kid, but I think this show kind of contributed to me wanting to go to summer camp. And that combined with the fact that a lot of the music that I've listened to throughout my teenage years and early adulthood kind of makes me thinking, man, I wish I went to summer camp. I wish I had all these formative experiences around children my own age. But I also know myself, and I know I can't be holed up in the woods with a bunch of people for that long without going crazy. I went to weekend camps. I went away to camp for a weekend a couple times. And I enjoyed that. But also, I know that if it's more than that, I'm gonna go crazy. And I'm gonna be just unpleasant to be around. I'm gonna be like Edward, the platypus in this show. I'm gonna be like him. I'm gonna just be unpleasant to be around. I'm gonna be mean to people that I don't intend to be mean to, but I'm in a bad mood because I'm out in the woods. Bear ate my best friend. I gotta listen to the squirrels do their taxes. I just want to go back to where I came from. I don't belong out here. I'm gonna just be upset the entire time, and no one's gonna like me. So maybe it was best that I didn't go to summer camp. That's just me though. But yeah, Camp Lazlo, it was a fun little show that resonated with children of my generation. And I'm sure if anyone else went back and watched Camp Lazlo now, I don't know if anyone is, and they're in that age group, they would probably resonate with it. And I hear a lot of my peers in the cartoon community, when they talk about shows, they often talk about the comedy aspects of it. And to be honest, I usually don't pick up on that. When it comes to animation, more often than not, the comedy, I just kind of appreciate it for its cleverness. I'm like, oh, that's a clever little thing you did there. But I don't laugh at it. I don't find it necessarily funny. But this show for whatever reason, it got me. It got me a few times. They would just casually go to absurd lengths in their stories. Lengths, that Midwest accent's coming in. And they would just be they would just get me. I would genuinely laugh. I would genuinely find it funny. And not a lot of shows can do that to me. So this show gets a thumbs up for that. Real talk though, I think Scoutmaster Lumpus is one of the smartest characters to be written in a show like this.
We can't send him home! If we do, it'll ruin my high enrollment streak!
We ain't talking Avatar level shows. I'm just talking shows what this was. For what it was, Scoutmaster Lumpus is probably one of the best written characters. He was just so consistently written. His motivations and his personality were so well intertwined and understandable, and at times even relatable. He was a selfish old man. And that was his character. Tom Kenny, I gotta give props to him, because that old man voice, that just cranky old man Scoutmaster Lumpus voice, I love that voice. It's just it sounds like some of the cranky old men that I've known throughout my life, and it brings the character to life. I know this man, and the fact that this lazy selfish dude turned out to be not the actual Scoutmaster, but actually a criminal who trapped the real Scoutmaster in a closet, that just made so much sense. It was a twist that nobody saw coming, but it made so much sense. It was actually that's not beyond the realm of disbelief. Like, it was crazy, yes, and it made a lot of things looking back seem kind of questionable, but it made so much sense for what they had built up with his character. Like the fact that he never wanted to do any work and he would just pass everything off onto Slinkman, and Slinkman would actually be the one doing everything, while Scoutmaster Lumpus just kind of does whatever he wants and just is overall a lazy person. Like, it all came around to make perfect sense. I appreciate that. And overall, I just love the execution of Lumpus as a character. Good job, Joe Murray. And by the way, in case you don't know, the creator of this show is Joe Murray, the creator of Rocko's Modern Life. That's right, one of the original free Nicktoons. And personally, I prefer Camp Lazlo over Rocko's Modern Life, and that's something I see pretty consistently. It's usually like a showrunner's second show. I usually like more because it seems like they know what they want to do. They understand what they're doing. Like, usually the first time around, they're like, all right, I have this idea, I want to make it amazing, but they don't really have the experience to do everything they want to do. And then the second time around, they come up with the idea in mind with like their experience as a showrunner, and it usually ends up coming out a lot better. Like, it's not always as ambitious, but it usually comes out just a lot more polished, would be the best way to put it. Like, the vision feels more clear. And also, I've also heard people say that this is a ripoff of SpongeBob. You know, I guess that's something I can talk about. It's kind of not. Why? Well, SpongeBob is about a sponge down in the sea who lives in a pineapple and works at the Krusty Krab. And this show is about a spider monkey who goes to summer camp on Leakey Lake, and SpongeBob didn't have any friends that were racist stereotypes, like Raj.
Okay, Lazlo, adios!
Is anyone else getting offended by this? Come on!
Like, I mean, Raj would probably be better if it wasn't a white dude voicing him, but I mean, I guess, like, I'm not gonna go into that, because I feel like now, in today's age, we know that, like, maybe don't do that, so I feel like my commentary, like, I don't even got that much to say about it. Like, my commentary, I feel like, isn't that valuable on that topic. I mean, if someone else wanted to make a whole thing out of it, then go ahead. But, I mean, I feel like we know better now. But I don't think it's worth talking about. Also, on the other side of the lake, there was a camp of all girls called the Squirrel Scouts. And maybe there's a little bit of a gender stereotyping there. Being like, oh, you know, like, it was a really nice camp over there, you know, really cushy, really fancy. And, like, it's probably saying, like, oh, you know, girls don't want to get their hands dirty or whatever. But also, at the same time, whenever they did, like, camp activities together, the Squirrel Scouts were just objectively better. So, I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. Am I just lampshading all these possibly problematic aspects of this show out of nostalgia? I mean, I've already accepted that this show is about furries. So if I can accept that, I can accept pretty much anything. So, yeah. That's all I got to say. Roll the outro. Thank you for watching Let's Talk with Tom on the Roundtable, but Tom isn't just on the Roundtable. I have my own self-titled personal channel. I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have a Snapchat, I have all that good stuff. In fact, I even have a Tumblr. So, if you're interested in any of that, check that out, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!